Powell, we're a few weeks into pre-season. We've not had a chance to sit down yet, but how are things going? How are things on the field and sort of in the gym and around the place?
Yeah, really good. The boys have come back really fit. Attitude's fantastic. You know, the feel around the place, the vibe around the place is awesome. Obviously, building on the foundation that we've set ourselves. We know we've got a tough challenge ahead of us, but look, from everything I've seen so far and watching the boys train this morning, there's just a great feel about everything that we're doing. And yeah, in a good place. You know, like I say, they came back really fit. The boys. Testing's been outstanding. You know, as Ben Coop was talking about, it being the best set of results that he's seen on day 2. They tested. So yeah, really pleased. We've got a couple of bumps and bruises like you get in pre-season. It's just the nature of it. You know, there's a lot of contact, a lot of running, a lot of high speed running. So. Some challenges in that way, but you know, all in all, really pleased with where we're at.
Plenty of new faces in and around the place. Obviously, adding to a wonderful group that we had last year. How are the new guys fitting in and fitting into the group?
Yeah, really good. I think that as blokes, I think it's something that we work pretty hard on. Millsy getting loads of character references. Obviously, we speak to the guys a fair bit, meet up with them, bring them, show them round what the place is like before we sign them. So we know a fair bit about them, and so when they come in, you know, we're pretty confident of what we've got. So they've knitted together pretty well. I was talking to Mike last night at the fans forum that we had, and he was saying he's been really impressed how the group's knitted together, how comfortable he's felt coming in and slotting straight into what we're doing and the people around him. So yeah, we've had 10 new players, which is a lot, but we feel like we've advanced pretty quickly in terms of the feel and how connected they are to what we're doing.
You say 10 new faces, it's now 11, obviously, with Jadden Myers coming in. Just what attracted you to bringing Jadden into the club and acting early and paying a little bit of money to bring him into the club in 2025 rather than 2026?
I watched him play early on last season. Might even have been a pre-season game because obviously we had Bradford early on in the competition. So I watched him there and thought he's got a real good way about him. Pretty athletic, biggish boy for a young fella. And so, you know, that sort of started my interest in him as a player. And obviously we played against him a few times, watched a lot of the games through the season. So was pretty interested. Young outside back. We've got some high quality young outside backs at the moment. And I just felt he'd be a great signing for us. Obviously, we've got Noah Booth as well, another good young outside back. So we feel like, you know, we're strong in that department for our future, for now and for our future. So really pleased to get him on board. Sat down, had a good chat with him. He comes across really well. Athletically, I think he's going to be somebody that's going to be really exciting as a player. So. Yeah, delighted to bring him in for this year and get him straight into the physical side of development. You know, he hasn't been full time before, so we'll give him a chance to go full time and to really grow and thrive within our environment. So, yeah, really pleased that he's come on board with us.
You mentioned the talent that we do have in his outside backs, and a lot of youth. Obviously, Oliver Pratt had an unbelievable 2024. People seem to forget how young Corey Hall still is. It's just an exciting time in and around those positions for us at this club.
Yeah, you know, you get a couple of things with young players. You certainly get energy and enthusiasm and a willingness to learn as well. And you know, there's quite a few of these boys who've played, you know, quite a lot of Super League games as well. So you know, there's experience there as well as youth, which is obviously outstanding for us to have on board. They've all got sort of the best years ahead of them and loads of growth in every area of the game. That's why I think it's so exciting, really. And you know, I feel like we've got a lot of our players at the right time, just coming into the parts of the career where they're going to be at the best physically, and it's exciting. I think, you know, it's challenging in different ways as well. We know we've got to get the best out of a lot young players, but we feel like we can do that. Feel like we've got a real good mix and vibe as a coaching staff, and feel we're setting an environment that they can really enjoy and prosper in.
Boxing Day's quickly approaching. How much are you looking forward to just being back watching rugby league?
Yeah, well, it's always interesting playing Christmas because it's Christmas, isn't it? It's back in the day when I used to play, that's what you did. You played Boxing Day, you played New Year's Day, and you just got on with it. It's a little bit different nowadays. Obviously, the season's changed, but it's an opportunity for us to have a look at quite a few of our new players in particular. And some young players as well, so it'll be a good mix, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we're at attitude wise. I don't think it matters who it is taking the field for Wakefield Trinity. They should have a great attitude and a winning attitude. I think that's something that we've really worked hard on. We believe in certain things. Our values stand for a lot, and I'm just looking for us to really live those values across Christmas and that game on Boxing Day.
Heading into the game, obviously, you mentioned plenty of new faces, mix of experience in youth. It's just going to be a good challenge, and maybe give us a bit of a view of where we're at compared to a talented Leeds Rhinos team.
Well, I don't know the team. We're not going to have our full team out there. So, I spoke to Brad Arthur, and they're going to go pretty strong early on, which will be pretty strong early on, and then it'll, like it does, you put some young players on there. So, I mean, if they go everybody out there, then we're not going to have all our starting team out there. But I don't think that matters too much, to be honest. There's nothing riding on the result. I think the fans will get to see a lot of our new players, which is important. I think, and we'll see where we're at. With it's a short pre-season this year. I think with the our grand final being quite late, then we've come in a little bit later than normal. So we're at the end of this week is we're 3 weeks in, so another couple of weeks, and there you go, you're into it on Boxing Day. So look, we won't be all singing, all dancing. I don't expect it to be, but I do expect to see character, live our values, start putting into place some of the things that we've worked really hard on this pre-season. Boys are looking fit, so show how fit you are, and yeah, every time you go on a rugby league field, it's you've got to be good. It's challenging, so we'll go and show how good we're going to be this year. I think we feel like we've got good depth, so we'll start to find out come Boxing Day.